Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. As usual, I'm grateful that you took the time to join me. If you're new to my channel, my name is Ann, and on my channel, I review foreign international content. If you've been here before, you know what I like to say, right? We travel, right? We travel around the world, sitting on our couches. You never know which country we're gonna land next as we watch foreign content, which is the fun of it, right? But I have to say this week, South Korea is doing an excellent job, and I'm back to review another South Korean drama, or K-drama like they call them. To my Korean friends joining me, 안녕하세요, as usual. Thanks for joining me, 감사합니다. And today we're reviewing this one. Off the bat, I have to say, wow, another touching story. This week we've had, this is the second one or third one that is from South Korea that is just pulling on our heartstrings. If you haven't watched, I just reviewed Move to Heaven. Oh, that is one that just pulled us apart. And this one is in the same caliber. It was so good. The name of the show is Navillera, and I believe it's the meaning is butterfly. And just off the bat, this show, so it's about 12 episodes, it explored a lot of themes and issues, but the biggest one was, I would say they talked about aging and getting older, what you're allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do was interesting to see, right? It talked about friendship, because the friendship that the two end up building, it was stronger than family. It talked about family, how your family influences you, like when you get older, like how they look at you and what they think you can and cannot do. That was really touching. They touched on Alzheimer's. You know, if you all know what Alzheimer's is when you get older, and sometimes you don't have to be too old, when you have memory, where you start to forget. And then I loved that they took the time where, although the story really, the main characters of this story is actually one of our favorite. If you've ever watched Love Alarm 1 or 2, I think he's also currently in another show on Netflix, Nevertheless, it just started. And I'm talking about Kang Song, excellent actor. I mean, he's in a lot of those teenage dramas, and all the girls just go crazy for him, right? Because he's so cute. But in this one, I loved how mature he was, and to conquer this mature topic was really fantastic to watch. And then the next actor, who is the older gentleman, Arabuji, right? Arabuji, I believe, is grandpa in Korean, and his name is In-hwan Park. Excellent actor. So really, the show, the two of them are the lead characters in it. And so really the show starts off with the character of the older gentleman, Arabuji, who it starts off, he goes to a funeral, and then as he's leaving, he watches Kan Song's character, sees him in a studio doing ballet, dancing, and he is just taken. And then obviously as the story is told, we're told that Arabuji's dream was he wanted to be a ballet dancer as well, but because of life and family, couldn't afford it, so he never did it. And now he recently just retired and he wants to do it. So he goes to the studio where Kan Song's character dances, who's a professional gifted dancer, and says he wants to learn from him. And the person who runs the place was like, I don't know if you can do it at this age. And So he really kind of convince him, and they allow him to learn. But what the guy who runs the studio says to Kan Song's character is, you're gonna have to teach him. And he's like, what? I'm gonna have to teach this old man how to dance ballet at his age. First of all, like, I feel like it's too late. Second of all, I could hurt him, like, he's old, right? But he's like, you're gonna do it, you're gonna help him, right? Part of also doing ballet is also teaching. So he takes up Arabuji to teach him ballet. And then Arabuji's responsibility was to manage Kang Song's character. So he was like his manager. He needed to know if he's eating, is he practicing, has he seen his doctor, his chiropractor. So their relationship became so sweet. It's like almost like grandson and son. And then obviously we also told in Kang Song's character that he lives alone. His mom died a while back and his dad is in prison. That was a little sad. His dad was put in prison. He also used to be a coach for sport that they were in, where he was a serious disciplinarian, where he was accused of abuse. He went overboard. So he's in jail. And so that relationship between him and his dad is fractured. And then obviously Arabuji hanging around him finds that out. Like, you know, he's alone, his dad is not there, the relationship is not very good. And I just loved how, like, he took him over. Like, yeah, Kan Song is supposed to be helping Arabuji's character to learn ballet, but Arabuji becomes like a father, a family. He would make sure he's eating, he would take care of him. And then his wife, Arabuji's wife, who I love, she's like iconic Korean actress. She's been in so many shows. I so love her. Her name is Moon-hee Moon-hee, and she's playing Arabuji's wife. The way they like dort around Kang Song, it's just so touching. And then in the process of all that, they also throw Arabuji's family. He's got like 2 sons. One, I think, works more in an office. The other one was a doctor, but then he stopped practicing after there was an accident at the hospital. They kind of explore how does he get himself back to that. His other son, him and Arabuji had kind of an interesting relationship, him being the older son. And then they also throw his relationship with his wife and daughter. So happens that his daughter is Arabuji's granddaughter, who also works with Kan Song, but they never knew until later, where they were like, wait, I know you, we work together. And then she's like, how do you know my grandpa? So that was kind of cool to watch. And then I love that he also had a daughter. They also explored, she was married but couldn't have children. So this show had a lot of themes being explored in the middle of all of it. Like, I love that they showed family dynamics. At the same time, they also focused on these two about ballet, and can Arabuji as his age go back to ballet. I thought it was very interesting how his family was like, no, you can't do that. First of all, they were all concerned about that he's embarrassing them. Like, an old man shouldn't go wear leotards and this tight clothing to go dance ballet. Like, they were all embarrassed. And I love that at the end of it all, it was his wife who was like, if it makes you happy, do it. And then she also made the family like, you're gonna support him. I don't care that you're embarrassed, okay? You're gonna support him, okay? And then obviously, as the show progresses, like I said, they explore Alzheimer's, which, a little spoiler alert, Arabuji starts to suffer from that. And it was so touching how, like, at first they didn't know, and then it was like, oh my gosh, he's got a problem. There was one scene where it's like the disease attacks him and he can't move and he's stuck. And Kan Song's character comes and he's trying to get his attention. He's not remembering who he is or where he's at. And Kan Song's character starts to dance in ballet and he's watching him. and as he's dancing, it's like he just like comes to like, and then he's like, what are you doing here? Like, and then, but it was so touching that it was the dance that, you know, like would bring him back. And even at the end, when memory becomes an issue, this is why they say you should always take a hobby or something, because the things that we do as a routine, even when our memories are failing us, comes through. Like, they have to practice. And don't forget, now Abuji starts to pick up ballet. He's practicing so hard. He's exercising. He is taking it seriously. He practices so hard. Sometimes he's hurting like you won't believe. And he and Kang Song had to perform like this recital. And, you know, there's fear that he's gonna forget. But it's amazing how even when his memory is failing him, the body, it's like once the body starts moving, it remembers. It remembers what to do even when our brains are not, you know, for us, which was just so fantastic. It makes us all, like, we should all just pick up something, you know what I'm saying? Because that routine, like, our minds may fail us, but our bodies will never fail us. And I just loved how they showed ballet. And there was a scene at the I think it's the last episode there. And actually, that's the scene right here where obviously Arabuji's memory is, you know, off and on. And Kang Song's character, obviously, he's a good ballet dancer and has been, you know, called to go like dance with the bigwigs. You know, he needs to soar. Like Arabuji used to say, you need to fly, you need to soar like a bird. So he goes, and this scene when he's saying goodbye to him, oh, I have never cried like a baby. Oh my God, you're gonna cry. You're gonna cry. Because it's where he's like, it's almost like Arabuji is also aware that my mind will fail me. And I want to look at you and I forget. And I hope that by the time you come back, I will not have forgotten you. So he's like looking at him like the last time. And Arabuji, the actor, he's an excellent actor. His name is, the one who's playing Arabuji is In-hwan Park. Excellent actor. Oh my God, that was so touching when he had said goodbye, but he chases after him to say goodbye again, and he's holding him, thanking him. They've become, at this point, they're family. Forget about, we didn't know each other, we were strangers. Now they're family. Wow, that scene will make you cry. But what a fantastic show. I just loved all the themes that they explored. I mean, there was a lot there, you know, but these two are the main characters, ballet, and the two of them is what brings them together as friends and then as family. Oh, you have to watch this show. It is fantastic. It's on Netflix. Like I said, it's called Navillera. And I believe it, like they said, it stands for a butterfly. It was just fantastic. Do yourself a favor and watch it. It's on Netflix. I believe it aired a couple of months ago. So it's been on Netflix for a while, but a fantastic show. So please do watch this. If you've seen it, let me know what you think down there. Like, wow, what do you think about the fact that we put limitations to old people where we say, no, you can't do that? Like, who says you can't? Who says you can't, right? Yeah, you may be limited because you're older, but it doesn't mean you can't try. And boy, did he ever. And boy, although Kang Song's, obviously he's younger and he can just do the hard things, Arabuji's attempts were so beautiful to watch. And by the way, I'm not sure, but I wonder if Kang Song did he ever practice ballet before becoming an actor? I mean, I'm assuming there's some parts where they're actually using professionals when they show the beautiful jumps and stuff, but all in all, an excellent job, a fantastic show. Please do check it out. It's on Netflix. Thank you so much for joining me. And as usual, if you do like the video, give me a thumbs up. Do subscribe. It does support my channel. And I'll see you again when I'm reviewing another excellent foreign international show. Deuces.